What's going on YouTube? ShadyPenguinn here, bringing you a rarely used Wi-Fi battle against a Smogon user called Cordxll. If you could do me a quick favor and just hit that thumbs up button, leave this video a like rating. It helps me out so much with my channel, gets me some exposure, and I thank you guys for all the support you've been leaving me. So yeah, we're gonna get started real quick. We're not gonna go over my team too much just because I'm using the same team as my last rarely used video. I have my Scarf Manectric, my Kabutops, my Wall Dusclops, my Beater Entei, Skeptile, and Smeargle, who sets up entry hazards and phases people out. We're gonna look at his team real quick. He's got a Gallade, which I'm kind of scared of just because it can be a little bit of a monster if it gets to set up on me. Aerodactyl, who I'm also afraid of just because he's Aerodactyl and he's a beast. Moltres I'm not fearing too much just because I can set up the rocks and take away 50% with no problem. Slowking, who can be annoying because of Regenerator, and Scald is a good move. Amistar, which I really just don't even think about during this battle at all, and Druddigon, which I'm a little afraid of just because I don't have an ice type move, and I realized that going into this battle, I don't have any ice coverage on this team, so I gotta figure something out and give someone some kind of ice coverage. So without any further ado, we are going to get started with this battle. Enjoy, guys. So his in-game name is Bruce, and I'm going to lead off with my Manectric, as I said before, my Blue Eyes, who is one of my favorite looking Pokemon of all time, and he sends out his Gallade. I'm just going to do the safe Volt Switch right here to see what he wants to do. I know I'll get a decent amount of damage off, get off about a little bit under 50%, maybe around 40%, and I switch into my Entei just because I assume he's going to go for Swords Dance, which he actually does. Just because I don't know why I thought he was going to set up first turn, but just somehow I knew. And here I'm just like, alright, I know that Gallade is frail as anything, so I could just go for an extreme speed, not have any risk, and take this thing out no problem, because Entei has just so much power. So he switches into a Slowking, which I mean was bound to happen. I'm locked into extreme speed, so there's no way I'm staying in taking a Scald. So I switch out into my Casper Grew Dusknoir, just to take the hit. That's my wall, and he gets the burn on the very first Scald, because it's Scald and it's hot water, so it's gotta burn you. So I got burned, and I was like, you know what, you're getting burned. So I sent out a Will-O-Wisp, mainly just burn for burn. There's really no other reason. I'm also not too concerned with getting damage off on Slowking, because now that I'm burned, my Earthquake is gonna do literally nothing to Slowking. So I'm just like, alright, you know, let's burn him, let him do some residual damage, and let's go for a Pain Split, because I know that Slowking has a lot of HP. So that's exactly what I do. He goes for a Fire Blast, and he hits. It does not anything crazy. He's not doing too much damage to my Dusknoir, but I also know that this can just become a stall war, so I want to switch out, which I believe I do right here. I do switch out, and I go into my Blue Eyes, thinking that he's gonna go for a Fire Blast, just hoping that he misses, but he goes for a Scald. I mean, either way, I was taking damage if he hit the Fire Blast, and but I was kind of hoping he'd go for Fire Blast and miss, but he saw how little Fire Blast did without stab on my Dusknoir, so he decided to go for Scald. Here, I'm just going to go for Volt Switch again, because he has nothing on the team to nullify it. He has no ground types, so there's really no reason for me not to go for a Volt Switch. If he stays in because he overpredicts with Slowking, then Slowking's going to go down after burn, and if he switches out, then I get to get Switch Initiative. So he switches into his Druddigon, and I switch into my Smeargle Mystery off of the Volt Switch, and I put him to sleep with Spore. Now I set up Stealth Rocks, and I'm like, alright, let me get Stealth Rock a layer of spikes, and he'll wake up. But no, he gets first turn wake up, which is, I mean, great for him, but I never get that, like, ever. So what are you gonna do? He goes for the Superpower, and I hang on with my Focus Sash. Really, that's the only thing I can do. So I go for Spore again, put him to sleep, hoping maybe I can get a couple turns. Maybe, you know, he got a first turn, maybe now he'll sleep for 3 turns. So I set up Spikes. I'm about to set up Spikes anyway right now. Get 1 layer up, and he stays asleep. No, he does not. He wakes up on the very next turn. So I got 1 layer of Spikes and 1 layer, and I got Stealth Rocks up. That was pretty much it. But Druddigon has used Superpower twice, so his defenses are piss poor right now. So I'm just going to send in Spin Slut to use a Stone Edge and take out this Druddigon, because there's no way that it can live a Stone Edge from a Kabutops after being -2. So he's going to go into his Aerodactyl, and here I'm kind of just like, I don't really know. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm not really too concerned about anything, so I just go for an Aqua Jet, see how much it does, hoping that maybe it'll take it out, but he lives with like 23, So there's nothing I can really do about that. I was kind of just testing the waters. Now I know that a Kabutops cannot take out an Aerodactyl, but Aerodactyl crits me and then gets taken down by the life orb life orb damage. So that's pretty cool. I don't really have a big deal about that. And I decided to go into my Manectric off of that because he can always Volt Switch out. And he goes into his Amistar, and at this point I kind of think he's just like, alright, well, nothing on my team wants to take a Volt Switch, so let's just let Amistar do absolutely nothing. So that's what he's pretty much forced to do. He doesn't want to send in his Moltres because his Moltres is going to take rock damage, and then to take a Volt Switch, it's going to be pretty bad. So I Volt Switch out into my Sceptile, my Tail Whack, and he comes in with his Moltres. And here I'm just like, I don't really care. Like, it's right now it's 2 to 4 as far as Pokemon go. So let me just see how much this Hidden Power does. It leaves him with about 15%, 15%. And then Tail Whack just goes down to a Fire Blast because I wasn't gonna switch in Entei once I saw the Moltres. It really didn't seem like it mattered to me. So I just went into Blue Eyes once again, just to go for the Volt Switch because he's got Slowking and Moltres left. So he decides to switch out into Slowking. I'm not really sure why, just because now when Moltres comes in, there's no way he can live because they're Stealth Rocks. But whatever, that was his play. Maybe it was just he wasn't really thinking at this point, or maybe he just didn't care at this point. It's not a big deal either way. So I Volt Switch, get a lot of damage off from the Slowking, and then I just switch into Entei because I have extreme speed, and that's how I'm going to take down the Slowking. And then Moltres is going to come in and die to Stealth Rock. So that was a pretty quick battle. I was trying really hard to get you guys a match. I'm sorry I didn't upload one yesterday. I just couldn't find anyone. There's no one that was battling on Smogon since the Wi-Fi battle is down. It's hard to find people to battle in the forums. But I hope you guys enjoyed that quick match. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, rating, and a comment, and make sure you're subbed to my channel, all that good stuff. Hope to see you guys in future videos, and by see you guys, I mean see you guys commenting. But above all else, keep it shady.